Hey guys, and welcome to another C# tutorial, part 6. In this tutorial we're going to be learning about while loops. What are the while loops? While loops are when they go through a block of code when a specific line is true. For example, while it's true, it will execute the code right here. So the condition doesn't necessarily have to be true or false, or it could be whatever you want. So there's another loop called a do loop. So a do loop will execute code repeatedly until the code is false. So it will keep repeating while it's true. For example, so when it it'll keep repeating. So as it's keep repeating, meaning it's true, and when it hits when it has a certain limit, meaning it's going to be false, and the program will stop right there. So yeah, so these are the two loops that we're going to be going through. So let's get on to Visual Studio. So here we are on Visual Studio, and let's go through the first step. So so here we could go through the while loop right here. So we want to first make an integer, so an integer variable. So if you want to make an integer variable, we just write int. Then we could write like x equals to like 0. So right here, that's what you could write right here. And then here you could then write while, and then we want to make it true, so then the block of code in the while loop will execute it. So we could write x, so if x is like less than 5 right here, we could output x console.write line, we could output x right here. And then we want to add it each time, so we don't want to run anything continuously. So not I++, x++. So right here, so while x is less than 5, it will output x, and x++ means just to add 1 right there. So it'll just add 1 onto x right there, so continuously. And then so right here it'll just output 1 2 3 4 5 right here. That's what I think it will output. So if we just run that, 0 1 2 3 4, so it'll just go up to 4 right there. But if you want to do it up to 5, we could just put an equal here and then run it again. Build yeah, I think it's after it then. I think is so it'll just output 0 1 2 3 4 5 right there. And then if we just get rid of it, it won't, and nothing wrong will happen. It'll just keep outputting it. Yeah, like it'll just keep outputting 0 right here. So we could just do the same for like 3 maybe. So if we just output it, so press F5, then yeah, it'll just keep outputting 3 right here. Yeah, you can't even stop. Yeah, so yeah, it'll just keep outputting 0. So the loop will never end at all. So yeah, so that was the while loop right here. So just pretty simple. You're just outputting something when it's true. So in the slide we also went through the do loop. So let's do it again. So print x equals 0. Then we could do, so just type in do, and then we could do those curly brackets, and then we could output x console.write line x, and then we want to add it each time, x++, and then we could do it while x is less than or equal to 5 right here. So yeah, so right here, so we'll just output x right here, so from 0. It's still doing, so it's just output. So the error is we didn't write semicolon. Let's run this again. So right here, yeah, right here it'll just still do the same thing, 0 1 2 3 4 5. So right here, yeah, so that could be another way you could do it, but yeah, so it's just another way of saying do this while doing this. But I feel like the first step was easier, as you could just write while and then exit and then put the code in the block, and then yeah, just execute it. So I feel like that was easier right there. So instead of adding an extra step. So right here, so that was the do loop right there. So yeah, so that was what we went through. We went through the while loop and the do loop. So let's get on to the C# questions. So here are the C# questions. So number 1, what is a while loop? Number 2, what is a do loop? And number 3, write code so then the loop never ends. So pause the video before we get into the answers. So now let's get on to the answers right now. So the answers are: while loops are when they go through a block of code when a specific line is true. Do loop will execute code repeatedly until the code is false, so it will keep repeating the while it's true. And then number 3, here's the block of code of how on how this will and how the answer is right here. So so yeah, so that's the answer right here. So that's the video ended right here. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like for more tutorials like these in the future. Thanks for watching.